is happening. The article that came out today says first Chinese freight ship goods hit with Trump's 145% plus tariffs arriving at U.S. ports. So the first shipment after the tariffs have been instated are going on right now in California. 12,000 shipping containers all are on the first flotilla of freight vessels from China with goods for Amazon, Home Depot, IKEA, Ralph Lauren, Tractor Supply, Procter & Gamble, LG, Samsung, and among others. Guys, these are major brands, major companies. These are companies that we have purchased from, companies that we are continuing to purchase from. Since Trump said on Friday he might be willing to lower tariffs on China to 80%. So let's look at this and see exactly what is going on. It says 7 ships carrying upwards of 12,000 containers that sailed from China after those tariffs took effect have arrived. Remember, those tariffs started taking effect back in April. That's when they were announced, at the beginning of April, if you guys didn't know. It says they have arrived at the Los Angeles and Long Beach in California ports. 5 more such ships are scheduled to arrive there in the coming days. So not just this 12,000, but we have a lot more that is coming in. Again, it talks about Amazon, Home Depot, IKEA, Ralph Lauren, Tractor Supply. In addition to housewares, apparels, and furniture, Amazon imported a wide variety of products on behalf of sellers, including refrigerators, deep fryers, mouse pads, bookshelves, and living room sofas. Tractor Supply, drum fans, garden tools, men's work boots. You know, we are in gardening season. If you are actually fortunate enough right now to be in spring, such as we are, and of course, work boots. I mean, who can't use those? For Home Depot, it talks about lamps and ceiling fans have been processed through customs for Home Depot. Tractor Supply has also stated that they are actively working with its vendors and supply chain partners to navigate the impact of recently announced tariffs, while also monitoring the broader macroeconomic factors impacting its customers. Guys, this is going to be something else. We are going to feel it when we are purchasing these items. It's funny because today I went to this place called Salad and Go, and normally I'm able to get a breakfast and a lunch for $11 flat. I swear I was just there about 2 weeks ago. I went today, and total, no lie, it was $12.40. It had already jumped up $1.40. That's not even me buying electronics. This was food. We are feeling the impact, and there's no warning. It is coming very, very quickly. IKEA furniture, Speedo swim goggles and swim caps, Procter & Gamble, tissue holders, Samsung printed circuit boards, microwaves, refrigerator parts. It also talks about some things for Ralph Lauren that obviously will be affected. It says for many of the company's products and categories deemed as essential to replenish are brought in despite concerns about consumer demand and an economic slowdown. So regardless of if the prices go up, we're still purchasing them because there's that demand there, especially for essential expenses. I talked about how you can get some dupes at Dollar Tree, so check out that video if you have not done so already, especially if you are on a really tight budget and you just don't have the money to buy those brand name items. I will be coming on my channel talking about that more and showing you guys some dupes that you can get at Dollar Tree and other stores, especially to help you during this time with the tariffs that have been implemented. And, you know, we just have to try and save any way that we can and still be able to afford and get those products and things that are essential to us. It says Chinese freight container traffic decline. Trump suggested on Friday, ahead of key trade talks, that he is willing to lower tariffs on China to 80%, a rate many businesses would likely still consider to be extremely high. So it says here, Brian Fork, a global chief commercial officer at ASOKO Logistics, told CNBC that his clients continue to struggle in understanding how all of the various tariffs provisions are stacked, or in some cases cancel each other out. This confusion has led them to continually alter and update their scenario planning, freezing any other decisions for their business they would be making. It says many of our clients priced and sold their products or projects prior to the tariff amounts being announced, and with speed and severity as well as the quantity of new tariff provisions being announced. amounts. They are not able to change the pricing on items that have already sold and are arriving in May and June or beyond. So it shows here top U.S. ports in 2024: California, Los Angeles, Long Beach, New York, New Jersey, Savannah, Houston, Port of Virginia, Northwest Seaport Alliance, Charleston, Oakland, and Baltimore. What do you all think about this with everything that is going on? And now we have the first official shipment that has come here to the U.S. with, as it stated, more to be arriving soon. What do you all think about this? How are you feeling about this? Have you started preparing any kind of way? I know that it's inevitable, but like I said, I'm trying to show more on my channel ways that you can save, not overspend, not spend money that you don't have, but spend money that you have and still get some products that you need, especially from the Dollar Tree and other places. Let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about it and your thoughts on all of this. I want to hear what you have to say, but I would like to hear how you guys are preparing or what you're feeling, if it's making you anxious, if you've been preparing for this mentally, because it's a lot mentally and emotionally to take in, and obviously financially. All right, guys, until the next video, bye.